alaikum Ya Ali Madad. Tonight is my third lecture of my series of the famous companions of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. Today the topic, or shall I say the companion we're going to talk about, is very important because we will talk about not just a very important companion but a very good friend of Imam Ali. Because today we will talk about Sasa ibn Suhan. Now, I'm sure that some people have heard of this amazing companion of Imam Ali, and some people, maybe they don't know a lot about Sasa bin Sohan. So do not worry, I will be telling you everything about this famous companion of Imam Ali. Sasa ibn Suhan, as I mentioned, was a companion of Imam Ali who was presented in many battles, such as the Battle of Jamal, Siffin, and Nahr 1. Sasa was not just only a good fighter, but he was also a very skilled orator, which means a very skilled Qatif. He deployed his skills to defend Imam Ali and criticize Muawiyah. He used his skills for very good things. Imam Ali had actually characterized Sasa as not just a very good companion, but also as a very good friend of Imam Ali. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam referred to him as one of the only few people who rightfully knew Imam Ali, which means he was one of the few that knew that Imam Ali was the real successor and Khalifa after the Prophet. Sasa, we need to understand that he actually converted to Islam in the period of the Prophet. However, he never got the chance to see the Prophet. In the period of Umar, which is the second Khalifa for Ahl Sunnah, some people will send some zakat money. Some people sent some zakat money to the Caliph, and the Caliph distributed it. He distributed it among the people. But some amount of the money remained after the distribution. He inquired the views of Muslims about the remaining money, and Sasa said something extremely wonderful. You know what Sasa said? He said, consult with people about things God has said nothing about in the Quran. Sasa says, consult with the people about things Allah has not mentioned in the Quran. But when Allah has issued a ruling about something, then act upon the ruling. This was the beautiful sentence and beautiful words of Sasa bin Sohan, ibn Suhan, which is so wonderful. As we all know, Sasa was a huge opponent of Uthman, who was the third Khalifa in Kufa. He and some other people, including, now pay attention, we will talk about his siblings, his brothers, including his brother Zayd ibn Suhan, as well as another companion of Imam Ali, which is Maliki Ashtar. As we know, I have talked about Maliki Ashtar in my past lecture. Sasa ibn Suhan, Zayd ibn Suhan, and Maliki Ashtar were all banished and sent to Syria by who? By the Khalifa's command. A critical conversation between him and Uthman is actually available in historical sources. So if some of my Azadar would like to know more about this conversation, we can go type it on Google and go on historical sources, because over there it shows the conversation and it is known as a very critical conversation. But as I said, Sasa was present in many battles that took place in the period of Imam Ali. He was present in the battles that took place during Imam Ali alayhi salam's government. In the battle of Jamal, listen carefully, in the battle of Jamal, his brother, which was Suhān, was the flag holder of Abdul Qays tribe. His brother Suhān was the flag holder of Abdul Qays tribe. But after Suhān's martyrdom, his second brother, which was Zayd, became the flag holder of the tribe. But after Zayd's martyrdom as well, Sasa himself became the flag holder of the tribe. These three brothers were all the flag holders of their tribes. This was related to the Battle of Jamal, but now let's talk about the Battle of Siffin. In the Battle of Siffin, as I have said, Sasa was the commander of Abdul Qays tribe. This was their tribe. And it may be a little complicated. A tribe means kabila. For those who don't know, a kabila is a tribe. Prior to the commence of the war, Muawiyah's army actually gained dominion over water. Before the war started, Muawiyah's army took control of the water and blocked Imam Ali's army to be able to reach it, to be able to have access to it. Then Imam Ali decided to send nobody but Sasa to Muawiyah for negotiations. This is how much Imam Ali trusted Sasa ibn Suhan. We need to understand that before the Battle of Nahirwan, Imam Ali sent Sasa to Khawarij for negotiations and advice. In these talks, he emphasized the followings of Imam Ali. His talks with Khawarij appears in a book by Sheikh al-Mufid. Who is Sheikh al-Mufid? We talked about Sheikh al-Mufid in my first ever Tuesday night lectures, which everyone can go and view. We talked about Sheikh al-Mufid and why he is so important for Shia Muslims. But anyways, let's continue the lecture. Sasa was actually present in the battle of Imam Ali. Sasa was present in many battles of Imam Ali, and Sasa was present in the burial of Imam Ali, which means Sasa was always there for Imam Ali. He was a great companion who was always there for Imam Ali, battles, and even in the burial of Imam Ali, Sasa was present. After the burial, Sasa went to the Imam's grave, and while he was throwing soil on his head and sobbing, he described Imam Ali's virtues and asked God to make him a friend of Imam Ali and help him to remain on the correct path. This shows how much love and how much he cared for Imam Ali. He was so sad that Imam Ali had murdered, but he asked Allah, make me close to Ali and help me stay on the right path. Sasa ibn Suhan referred to Imam Ali as the adornment of caliphate, believing that Imam Ali gave value to the position of khilafat, and the khilafat needed Imam Ali more than Imam Ali needed khilafat. What does this mean? Sasa is saying Khilafat needs Imam Ali more than Imam Ali needs Khilafat. This is how important Imam Ali was for the Khilafat, and this is how important Imam Ali is for the Khilafat, because the Khilafat needs Mawla Ali more than Mawla Ali needs the Khilafat. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, he says, there was no one with Imam Ali who knew him so well except for Sasa and his companions, and the companions and few companions of Imam Ali, such as Mohalla Ashtar. As I mentioned, Sasa was an extremely skillful orator. What's an orator? An orator is a khatib. He was an extreme skilled khatib. In sources of history and hadith, he is described as an eloquent person, a person with knowledge. Imam Ali, as I said, characterized Sasa as Al-Khatib Al-Shahinshah, which means the skillful orator. And there is actually something that Muawiyah said for Sasa. Muawiyah said himself that Sasa has a lot of eloquence, and Muawiyah has talked about the eloquence and knowledge of Sasa. And Muawiyah said Sasa ibn Suhan has an iron tongue. That's how much Sasa bin Sohan was skilled. He would talk about Imam Ali, then Muawiyah, he himself, he says, Sasa has the tongue made out of iron. This is how well a skillful orator Sasa ibn Suhan was. Now let's start moving towards the martyrdom of Sasa. Sasa, it is said that he passed away in Kufa during the period of Muawiyah's Khilafat. However, we do have some sources that say differently. Some sources say that at the command of Muawiyah, Mughira banished Sasa to an island in Bahrain where he eventually was murdered. In the city of Askar in Bahrain, if we ever get the chance to visit it, if you visit the city of Askar in Bahrain, there is actually a grave, a tribute to Sasa. It is known as the Mosque of Sasa ibn Suhan. And we need to understand that if we go near Mosque of Sahla, near Masjid Sahla, I have talked about Masjid Sahla, it has a strong connection with Imam Mehdi alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa Muhammad. It is said that if you go near Masjid Sahla, in Kufa. This is in Kufa. Masjid al-Sahla is in Kufa. So if you go to Masjid al-Sahla located in Kufa, there is a mosque known as the Mosque of Sasa, which was the place of worship of Sasa ibn Suhan. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So today we talked about a famous companion of Imam Ali. We talked about Sasa ibn Suhan. So we can increase our marifat and to feel the love of the famous companions of Imam Ali alayhi salam.